Good morning, everyone. I'm going to go through some a basic example of what it would look like when you are submitting for a lien request. Like it was previously explained, to be able to access the CSS or the customer self-service website, you have to register for an account. I have registered here for a testing account, so I'm hoping that you can see my my screen.
Yep, we can see it.
Perfect. So you will go to apply. Generally, it's going to be one of the top 5 plans here. So you can just select CC lien search and code violation verification. The first step is going to be to specify what property you want the lien verification and code violation from. So you would open with the plus button and type in an address or a folio number here. It's recommended that you try to use the address first. In this case, I'm going to use the address for a park. Now, one of the confusing parts about this is that you are going to get 2 options. You're going to get the option as an address, or you're going to get the option as a parcel. Try, if it's available, to always select the one that's for the address. It's a little bit easier for us on the back end to have it linked to an address, because eventually the system is going to auto-generate the letters for you, and without us not having the address information, the letter is going to come out incomplete. So right now we do have to do the letters manually, so this is not precisely needed right now, but in the future, once the letters are generated, we are going to need to verify that there's an actual address for the letter to be populated. Now, there are some properties that do not have addresses yet. They only have folio numbers. In that case, only the parcel option will show, and it may come out with an address that we're using locally or that the county uses locally for reference purposes. So that's the address that may come out. So select this option, and it's going to take me to 2 ways to be able to add it. So it's either this or here. So you have the option to add the address through clicking here and press apply, or pressing add over here in the map. So you will notice that there is a parcel number now linked. There is a location and address. This is where the letter is going to be generated for. This is the address. We recently just added the instruction to remind everyone to use the address and not the parcel, and that only one address is allowed per request. Next, you will press next. This is just some general information. There's nothing required here, so you can just go ahead and click next. Now, this is an important part of the process. The person who's applying is always going to show as the applicant first, and then there are some other contacts that you can add if you wish to do so. Now, I know that there's a lot of companies that work in teams, and they have multiple people who are looking at these different applications. So if you want for somebody else other than you to also get the notification that your lien letter is ready, you will add that person as a contact. So in this case, I'm going to want to have a second person that's also registered. I'm going to look for Mr. Build Doral. This should be able to let me do
I think you went too far. You could use Jane Decker if you want.
No, it's just because I put in my city email under Danny's testing profile so that I can use it for the example of getting the email. But I think it's this one. or you could also enter manually. Check that. This is the important part. See? Let me see if I can. In here, Jane, can you look for emails? You can, right? Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can do it that way, or
this is going to be easier. There we go. Okay, so you have the second applicant, right, which could be either a coworker, a boss. You can also add an authorized agent, maybe a realtor. You can add the owner of the property if you wish to do so. But that way they'll know if they have a CSS account, they'll know, hey, look, you've been linked to this plan. And once the plan is approved and the letter is uploaded, you will receive notification. So both of these contacts are going to receive notification that this plan has been approved and that the letter is uploaded. You will click next. Before, we used to have a section here that required you to explain how you wanted the letter to be faxed, mailed, emailed, via letter. We've removed that because the only method that we're going to use is sending it, uploading it in CSS here. So everyone has access to it and you'll be notified once that letter is ready. So now you only have to acknowledge the statement above, put in your initials, press next. We do not require you to upload any attachments, so you just click next. And here you would sign saying that you understand the statement above. Google Chrome allows you to set up ahead of time your information, so you can just click your information here, same as here, and then you press next. Now, the information is going to be shown to you, and you will see everything that you have submitted. I see my two applicants here. I see the address, verify the folio number, which is the parcel number, and I will press submit. This is now going to generate a plan number, and my plan number is going to be Lien 2110-2071. That plan number is specific to the address that I've requested. So I know that a lot of the companies are going to have multiple plan numbers. There are some ways for you to be able to track that information, the ones that are pending, the ones that have been approved. So we'll go through that very briefly after this. Now, you have to pay before we give you the letter. Once the payment is done, our staff on the back end is going to create the letter, generate it, make sure that there's the records are accurate before we provide that to you. It will be signed and then it will be uploaded. So I'm just gonna briefly show you what that looks like over here. This is the plan that we just submitted. Our staff on the back end will open this, verify the information, and then upload your letter once it's ready. So they will see the address that you're requesting it for. This is the other address, the one that was explaining. This is the important part because the letter that's going to be automatically generated is eventually going to get the information from here. So that's why we always need this address to show up or populate, except in the case that it's a parcel that has no address. So our staff will take a look at it, say, okay, in this case, I will not be able to move forward without paying this, so I'm just gonna release this. Need to cancel this and void this very quickly. Void, because I'm not gonna pay for this since it's a testing record. Reload this, and then erase this fee. All right, So I will now be able to move forward. So in the case of everyone else, they would have paid. Our staff will take a look to see, make sure that the fee has been paid, and they will upload a document directly to here. Testing document, it will be uploaded, and then we will make sure that it's available online for you. Press approved. I'm going to say that it was me. That completes the process on our end. There immediately now the system knows that the plan has been approved, and that you have now a document here that's pending for your review. So what's going to happen is you're going to receive an email. Sometimes it shows up in your junk, sometimes it shows up directly in your mailbox. So it's recommended that you add that email to your mailbox so that you always get them in your mailbox and not in your junk. Once you get that email, you will be able to go back to your CSS account. You will start obviously from here. You're logging in. You can go to my work and see your plans. You will see here that the one that we submitted now, it's now been active. Here's my email letting me know. This is the way that the email is going to look like. It's going to reference the plan number, the address, and telling you that it's been approved. Please log into your customer self-service account and download the letter from the attachment tabs. It gives you a link so that you can click and go directly there. So at that point, we're already here. We're looking at the lien request. Now, it's important that you look into the My Plan section because you're also going to have invoices that have been paid for this lien and for this address. So go to the My Plan section and you can select the ones that are have recently been working on or that are pending, that have some attention. If we need something from you, maybe the address was wrong or something is incorrect in the application, you will be able to see that it's been failed for some reason or there's an attention for some reason. Most of them are just going to go through. So they're going to show up in your active. You can obviously select by address. You can as well organize them by status. But you will click here. You'll now see that the process is 100% completed, that your plan has been approved, and that the attachment is here for you to be able to download. Right here we have the PDF, which is just for testing. As long as this would be your letter with the information that you've requested. That's pretty much it for the process.
Ricky, we have a question from the audience.
Yes.
The question is, what's the turnaround time typically for a lien search request?
It's going to be 10 days. Most of the times, it's going to be a little bit less than that. And as the process starts streamlining and we're able to get the letter automated from the system, it's going to start dropping down. But industry standard is still within 10 days. So 10 days is the most that you should see on these plans. Probably some of them you might see earlier. But the good part about it is that you're going to get an email notifying you within 10 days, hey, your plan is ready, here's your attachment, ready to go.
Does code compliance have an option for a rush service?
No, we do not. They're all 85 and they all come out at the same time. We process them as they come in. So it's basically kind of like in a queue. The good part about this system is that I know that there are some companies that have only one CSS account and multiple people use it. So if for whatever reason somebody else opened the email and you did not get it, you can still go in here now and verify that your plan has been approved. So you have a little bit more of an option for the companies that have one CSS account that they're sharing it, although not recommended. It's going to let you see the status of the ones that have been approved under my work. One of the other recommendations that I'd also like to give at this time is for to save a little bit of time, because the companies are going to submit multiple of these, is to create a template. Once you create a template, it's going to allow you to skip some of the steps. Not all of them. Obviously, you don't want a template that has one location because you're going to be selecting different locations every single time. So to create a template, you do have to initially put in an address, but you don't have to follow through with it. So we're going to select the same as before. I'm going to press add here or apply down here, whichever. Make sure that it is the correct address with the correct folio number. I press next. I don't have to enter here anything. Press next. This is where you may want to create a template. If you want multiple people to get these every single time that you apply, then you will add all those people that you want to get notified, and then save that as your template so that every time that you submit a code lien search, those 4, 3, 2 people are getting notified at the same time. I'm not going to do that in this one. Your acknowledgement, you can also save that as a template. Press next. And the last thing that it's not going to let you do, it's not going to let you save your signature. You just have to acknowledge that every single time. So I'm going to go back again. And the only thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this address and then press create a template. I can put something Lien or the name of the company, whatever it may be, save as a template. So the templates are going to be saved under your profile here, under the tab that's called saved work. When I go to save work, I have my templates here. I can either update it to remove someone that I no longer want to be as a contact, or add someone that I now want to be as a contact, or I can apply directly using the use button. It's going to ask me for the address. Again, I use the same address that I used before. Click from here, press add, press next, press next. The contacts that I may have added as in my template are going to show up now here. Press next. You will see that I've already acknowledged and I already have my initials because it's part of my template. Press next. Press next, and you just enter your information. Like I said, Google Chrome is going to let you save that as part of your profile, so you should be able to just auto-populate that. Press save and submit. So it does save you a little bit of time. We try to take away some of the irrelevant things that because of our process are no longer needed. So the application is a little bit easier to complete. And this is going to save you some time as far as adding contacts every single time, because the only contact that's always defaulted is the person that is applying, unless a particular company wants to have multiple people to receive that email as soon as the plan is approved. Are there any questions about creating a template or about the process altogether?
No, we don't have any more questions in the chat or the questions box. I think you were the main draw today though, Ricky, because all of our attendees are from similar companies. So thank you for making that.
If you have any suggestions, like Jane said, I think our email is in the beginning or is going to be shared somehow in the presentation. But if not, our information, my information is on the city's website, ricardo.alarcon@City of Doral. Send me an email if you have any suggestions, if you're having any problems. We've been very open to try to help streamline the process, as well as helping you guys get access, make sure that your CSS account is set up correctly, whatever it may be, so that the process is easier for you guys and we're getting all the information that we need. So please feel free to reach out.